Welcome back children, I am Srinivasan Thambaiya. Now we are going to discuss about CBSE question paper chapter wise. Now today we are going to discuss vector algebra chapter. In the set 2 question paper, the first question says section A, one more question. The value of P for which P of I plus J plus K is a unit vector. The options are given here, 4 options are given. This question has come in all the sets. Let us see what is given. You read the question first. The value of P, we need to find the value of P for which P of I plus J plus K is a unit vector. So this is a unit vector. We know in a unit vector the magnitude of the unit vector is equal to 1. So that is the idea in our mind. Let us start. Let us write the given vector as Pi plus Pj plus Pk is a unit vector. This is given in the question. Now we know magnitude of this vector is equal to 1 since it is a unit vector. What is the formula to find the magnitude? Squaring the scalar coefficient and adding it. So p squared plus p squared plus p squared is equals 1. So you have root of 3p squared is equals 1. Now we'll split this. Root 3 times root of p squared equals 1. Here root 3 we have as it is. Now root of p square, square and square root gets cancelled. So you have p equals 1. So finally p equals 1 by root 3. So the option B is a correct answer. This completes the solution, children. This is 11th question of set 2. The area of the parallelogram whose diagonals are 2i cap and minus 3k cap is dash square units. Okay, we need to solve this. For this we need to remember the formula. Area of a parallelogram when diagonals are given. Area of the parallelogram using diagonals is half of determinant of d1 vector cross d2 vector, where d1 and d2 are the diagonals. So the first vector, let us take it as d1 vector, and d2 vector the second, which is minus 3k vector. Now we are going to find the cross product of d1 cross d2, determinant of I, j, k. Components is only 2 is there, so we don't have a j, we don't have a k. If you want, you can write it as d1 vector equals 2i plus 0j plus 0k. d2 vector can be written as, we have only k component, so 0i plus 0j minus 3k. This is what I am going to substitute here, 0, 0 and negative 3. Now we need to find the determinant. 0 times negative 3 is 0 minus 0, so we have a 0 minus j minus 6 minus 0, which is minus 6, plus k vector 0 minus 0. So finally we are left with 6 j cap. This is your d1 vector cross d2 vector. We need to find magnitude of this. Magnitude of d1 vector cross d2 vector equals root of 6 squared, which is root and square root get cancelled, so we have 6. So magnitude of d1 vector cross d2 vector is equal to 6. Now the formula says it is 1 by 2. So we are going for the final step. Area of the given parallelogram is 6 by 2, which is 3 square units. This is your final answer. So let us fill this. This is your option. This is actually the set 1, 14th question. The value of lambda for which the vectors 2i minus lambda j plus k and I plus 2j minus k are orthogonal is. The word orthogonal means perpendicular. So it is said that these two vectors are perpendicular to each other. So when the vectors are perpendicular, we know the product of direction ratios are equal to 0. So let us write the condition for the vectors to be perpendicular. A1 A2 plus B1 B2 plus C1 C2 equals 0, where A1 B1 C1 are direction ratios of the first vector, A2 B2 C2 are direction ratios of the second vector. Let us identify the direction ratios of first vector and the second vector, then we'll substitute. A1 is 2, B1 is minus lambda, C1 is 1, A2 is 1, B2 is 2, C2 is minus 1. Now let us multiply. Plus of minus lambda into 2 plus 1 times minus 1 equals 0. Now 2 minus 1 is 1, minus 2 lambda equals 0. Moving 2 lambda on the other side, 2 lambda equals 1, lambda equals 1 by 2. So this is your answer, 1 by 2. Thank you, children. This is given in section B, 2 marks question in set 1. That's a 21st question. The question says, show that for any two non-zero vectors A and B, magnitude of A plus B equal to magnitude of A minus B, if and only if A vector and B vector are perpendicular vectors. If and only if. These set of questions you have to see that very carefully. We have to do two parts. One is direct part, other is a converse part. First you have to take this condition as true, then you have to prove A and B are perpendicular. In the second part, you have to take A and B are perpendicular, then you have to prove this is equal to this one. Okay, let us start. Now I am going to take A vector plus B vector. I am going to prove this given A vector perpendicular to B vector. Okay, I am going to prove this given A vector perpendicular to B vector. A vector perpendicular to B vector means A vector dot B vector equals 0, because we know when the vectors are perpendicular, dot product is equal to 0. Now take your left hand side, A vector plus B vector. This question, that is a tricky question. If you take A vector plus B vector, directly you cannot prove it is equal to A vector minus B vector. So what we are going to do is, A vectors plus B vector, we are going to make a square. We know the formula, A vector square is equal to A vector dot A vector. This is a very important formula, you have to remember. So according to that, if you write A vector plus B vector dot A vector plus B vector. Now let us multiply. There is a normal multiplication. A vector dot A vector plus A vector dot B vector plus B vector dot A vector plus B vector dot B vector. Now A dot A, again we can write like this: determinant of A vector square plus A dot B. A dot B we know it is 0, plus B dot A or A dot B, both are same because they are commutative. So again 0 plus modulus of B vector square. So this comes to an end. We have modulus of A square plus modulus of B squared is your A vector plus B vector squared. Similarly, you have to do A vector plus B vector minus. I am erasing this. Now modulus of A vector minus B vector the whole square equal to, using that same formula, A vector minus B vector dot A vector minus B vector. Now we do the multiplication. A vector dot A vector minus A vector dot B vector minus B vector dot A vector plus B vector dot B vector. Okay. Now A dot A, again determinant of A whole square, magnitude of A whole square. Now A dot B is 0, B dot A again commutative, so 0 plus modulus of B square. Now we are left with modulus of A square plus modulus of B square. Now we can see we'll mark this as 1 and 2. From 1 and 2, we can say that determinant of a square equal to, modulus of a vector plus b vector whole square equal to modulus of a vector b vector square. Now taking square root on both sides, we have modulus of a vector plus b vector is equal to modulus of a vector minus b vector is proved. So we have taken a vector perpendicular to b vector and we have proved this. Now we are going to do the converse part. This is one part. Converse part is we are going to take this as true, then we are going to show a dot b equal to 0. So we are given with modulus of a vector plus b vector is equal to modulus of a vector minus b vector. We are going to prove a vector dot b vector equals 0, or you can say a vector perpendicular to b vector we are going to prove. Okay, let us start with this proof. A vector plus b vector modulus is equal to, we have to start with this squaring on both sides. A vector plus b vector squared is equal to a vector minus b vector squared. Now according to that formula which I showed at the first, dot, similarly this side a vector minus b vector dot minus b vector. Now let us do the multiplication. A vector dot a vector plus a vector dot b vector plus b vector dot a vector plus b vector dot b vector equals, again, a dot a minus a dot b minus b dot a plus b dot b. Okay, cancelling this a dot a and a dot a on both sides, b dot b cancelled. Now we have 2 times a dot b. Because b dot a is commutative, you can write it as a dot b. Similarly here you have 2 times a dot b. Bring everything on one side, we have 4 times a dot b equals 0. 4 is not equal to 0, so which gives a vector dot b vector equals 0. We got it, which means a vector perpendicular to b vector. This completes the question. Children, you should know if and only if. When you see this, you should understand you have 2 parts. One is direct part and other one is the converse part. Thank you. This is our part of the 21st question, the set 1. Question says, show that the vectors, 3 vectors are given, form the sides of a right angle triangle. Children, this question can be done in two ways. First way, if you are imagining a triangle like this with ABC, using Pythagoras theorem, you can prove this. Let us take one vector as one side of a triangle, AB vector. The second side as second vector. Third vector, AB, BC, CA, phi I. You can find magnitude of the vectors, root of 2 squared plus minus 1 squared plus 1 squared, which is root 6. Then you can find magnitude of the second side, root of 3 squared plus 7 squared plus 1 squared, which is root 59. the magnitude of CA vector root of 5 squared plus 6 squared plus 2 squared which is root 65. Now you can square the magnitudes which you found. AB square equal to root 6 squared which is 6. BC squared equals root 59 squared which is 59. CA vector squared equals root of 65 squared which is 65. So we can see that AB square plus BC square equal to CA square. So by Pythagoras theorem we know it is a right angle triangle. So we can write that. We observe that CA squared is equal to magnitude of AB vector square magnitude of BC vector square. Hence given vectors form a right angled triangle. The mistakes usually the students what they make in this question is they will take this as position vectors OA, OB and OC. They will find AB vector equal to OB minus OC. This question should not be done like that because it is very clearly said that vectors forms the sides of the right angle triangle. If you are given with position vectors or if you have set points or if you have set with vertices, then you can go with that. Thank you, children. Children, again the second method of solving the same question, show that the vectors form the sides of a right angle triangle. I am going to take the vectors as A vector, B vector and C vector. This now we are going to solve this using triangle law of vectors. If sum of two vectors can form the third vector, then we can say the three vectors will form a triangle. So first we are going to prove that these three vectors forms a triangle. Then we will show it is a right angle triangle. So we can see that 2 plus 3 makes 5. Right? Minus 7 plus 7 makes 6. 1 plus 1 gives 2. So we know that A vector plus B vector, from the given data we can find the A vector plus B vector gives C vector. Therefore, the given vectors A vector, B vector, C vector forms a triangle. So the first part over. So from given data, okay, we have showed that it forms a triangle by triangle law of vectors. Next is we need to prove it is a right triangle. So we are going to go for a scalar product. You choose any two vectors and find whether the scalar product gives 0. So I am going to multiply these two vectors. Let me write these vectors 2i minus j plus k vector dot product of 3i plus 7j plus k vector. So 2 times 3 is 6 minus 7 plus 1 times 1. So 7 minus 7 equals 0. So a vector dot b vector equals 0, which means a vector b vector are perpendicular to each other. So it has to, the triangle has to be a right angle triangle. We have proved. Okay, if you want I can mention this by triangle law. Thank you, children.